Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of White Revolution Part 2. So we have covered White Revolution in one of the session. So this is the second and the last session for the White Revolution. Program implementation. So this Operation Flood, how and in what phase this program was implemented. That is, the Operation Flood was implemented in three phases. That is Operation Flood Phase 1, Operation Flood Phase 2 and Operation Flood Phase 3. So we are going to see in which of the phase of Operation Flood what work has been done and how it has been taken to the today's scenario, taking this Operation Flood to a revolutionized form that we are at the top in producing milk. So phase 1 that has been started in 1970 to 1980, the 10-year that is from 1970 to 1980, and was financed by the sale of skimmed milk powder and butter oil donated by the European Union, then the European Economic Community through the World Food Program. So the World Food Program, this program helped our country, that is from the European Union, by financing for the sale of skimmed milk powder, right, and butter oil. NDBD, National Dairy Development Board. What is that? National Dairy Development Board, right? So National Dairy Development Board planned the program and negotiated the details of EEC assistance, right? That is the European Economic Community. So the NDDB has planned this program, that is the Operation Flood Phase 1. During the first phase, the Operation Flood linked 18 of the India's premier milk sheds with consumers of India's major metropolitan cities, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. So in the first phase, these four metropolitan cities, has been made the target. And the Operation Flood linked with the 18 India's premier milk sheds with the consumers of India's, right? So thus establishing mother dairies in 4 metropolitan cities or in 4 metros. So these mother dairies were first of all established in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. Operation Flood, also referred to as White Revolution, is a gigantic project propounded by the government of India for developing dairy industry in the country. So what is the objective of this particular Operation Flood Phase 1? So this was a gigantic project and that was propounded by the government of India for developing dairy industry. Not only to the metropolitan cities, but they were targeting to all the cities, all the states of the country. So the Operation Flood 1 originally meant to complete it in 1975. Actually, the period of about 9 years, that is from 1970 to 1979, at a cost of rupees 116 crore. So 116 crore was spent for the Flood Phase 1, Operation Flood Phase 1, right? As a start of Operation Flood 1, 1970, certain aims were kept in view for the implementation the programmers. Improvement by milk marketing, the organized dairy sector in the metropolitan cities like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras and Delhi. So they are marketing the milk with improved quality to these metropolitan cities, right? The objectives of commanding share of milk market and speed up the development of the dairy animals respectively hinterlands of the rural areas with a view of increase both production and procurement. So what was the objective of this phase? Objective of commanding share of milk market. They want to capture the share of milk market, right? And speed up the development of the dairy animals respectively. So they wanted to produce more and more dairy animals as well. That is why they want to, so that they can compete with the other milk producing organizations or the industries. Operation Flood Phase 2. So the Operation Flood Phase 2 started from 1981 to 1985. Increased the milk sheds from 18 to 136. 290 urban markets, expanded to the outlets for the milk. Now the market has been expanded. So by the end of 1985, self-sustaining system, that is 43,000 villages cooperative with 42.5 lakh milk producers were covered. So now they were covering all the milk producers. Okay, and 43,000 village cooperatives were now the part of this operation. Domestic milk powder production increased from 22,000 tons in the pre-project year, that is 1,40,000 tons by 1989. All of the increase coming from the dairies set up under the Operation Flood. So we have increased the domestic milk powder production. Okay. So this is just because of the Operation Flood. In this way, EEC, European Economic Committee, gifts the World Bank loan, help to promote the self-reliance. So we got the World Bank loan because we are doing good in operating these floods, that is in the White Revolution, right? So they granted us this loan. Direct marketing of milk by the producers cooperative increased by several million liters a day. So we are now marketing our milk producers cooperative, right? And increased by several million liters every day. Now comes the phase 3 in 1985 to 1996. So this is 1985 to 1996. Enabled dairy cooperative to expand and strengthen the infrastructure required to procure and market, increasing the volumes of milk. So they enabled dairy cooperatives to expand, right? They have given full freedom to expand the dairy cooperatives and strengthen the infrastructure required to procure and market, increasing the volume of milk. Veterinary first aid, healthcare services, feed and artificial insemination services for the cooperative members were also extended, along with the intensified member education. So veterinary first aids facility was also taken care. Healthcare services were also provided to the livestock, feed and artificial insemination, right? So if we want a proper milk production, then we must feed our livestock in a proper way. So these things were started taking care of. Feeding properly and artificial insemination services for the cooperative members. So artificial insemination program was also there so that we can produce good quality of our livestock. Operation Flood Phase 3 consolidated India's dairy cooperative movement and adding 30,000 new dairy cooperatives to the 42.0 existing societies organized during the Phase 2. Milk sheds peaked to 173 in 1988 to 89, with the numbers of women members and the women dairy cooperative societies increased significantly. Now this is one of the very important aspects, that is in 1988 and 89 women dairy cooperative societies has been increased significantly. So this is so good that women are taking care of these cooperative societies. They are running these cooperative societies, right? So phase 3 gave increased emphasis to the research and development in animal health and animal nutrition. So phase 3 is just not giving emphasis to the production of milk, right? They are giving importance to for the research and the development in animal health and their nutrition. They are taking care of all these things. So innovation like vaccine for the theileriosis by passing protein feed and the urea molasses minerals block all contributed to enhance productivity of the milk. So vaccination for the theileriosis, right, so has been also done by passing protein feed and the urea molasses mineral blocks. Okay, so these are some good steps that has been taken in Operation Flood Phase 3. Operation Flood Success. Now, Operation Flood Success led to the NDDB involving similar programs for other commodities. Now, they are evolving with the similar program for the other commodities also, where potential synergies exist. If they are potential, then these commodities were also given chance to become the part of these cooperative societies. So NDDB has created commercial firms to exploit these for the benefits of the rural producers. Some of NDDB's commercial operations include Indian Immunological Limited, Hyderabad IDMC Limited, Anand Mother Dairy Fruit and Vegetable Private Limited, Delhi and Ora Vegetable Oil Food Company Limited, that is in Vadodara. Right? So these are some of the commercial operations center of NDDBs. In its larger interest to promote the development of the cooperatives of NDDB has set up separate unit and work in close association with the number of national level institutions. So now there are so many institutions, so many research organizations that also become the part of the NDDBs, right? So now they are associated with the NDDBs and they are working for the Operation Flood Success. So some of these include our Sabarmati Ashram Gaushala. So this is an institute that also get associated with the NDDBs, that is Bidaj Animal Breeding Center and Ceylon. So some of these association of the NDDBs are as follows. Some of these are like Institute of Rural Management, that is in Anand, National Cooperative Dairy Federation of India, Anand, and Foundation of the Ecological Security, that is in Anand. So these are some of other organizations that became associated with the NDDBs. Housewife brings white revolution in her village. How? Let us see. So Jilling village, Lohardaga district. Okay, so 35-year-old Premvati Devi was an ordinary housewife in the Jilling village in Lohardaga district. Okay, people in her own village knew her. So she was very famous. But all this changed in 2002 and Premvati shot to fame. So Premvati became very famous. Why? After she took a revolutionary step towards the woman empowerment in the village. So she take an initiative step to empower the women in her village. How she has done that? She has brought a white revolution in her village. Through a self group, she formed in 2002 and 2003. So she formed a group that all the women of her village got associated with that. So before the forming of CHG, Saurya Mahila Mandal, the villagers could barely get milk to perform their dairy rituals. Okay, so there are many rituals in which we use milk. So they do not have so milk that they can perform so rituals, right? So for that, she made a small organization, a small revolution, in fact, she has taken and named that Saurya Mahila Mandal. But now the villagers not only consume milk produced in her own village, but they also supply over 200 liters of milk per day to Lohardaga Dairy. So they have milk production in such an amount that 200 liters of milk every day they are giving to the Lohardaga Dairy. Okay, so the credit of this white revolution in the village goes to Premvati, who is the secretary of SHG, which has 10 members. So this is so encouraging that women are taking part in such a revolution. After a year of its formation, the SHG took a loan from Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana and brought 10 cows. Okay, with the help of this Yojana, they got 10 cows. With grit and determination, the members soon cleared and they began to make a profit from their labor. So they have cleared their loan and now they are in a profit from the labor. With no time, they bought additional 40 cows, all with their own investment. So how big thing it is? The SHG is linked to the dairy which collects milk and make timely payment also. For the better care, we domesticate the cows in our respective homes, but the milk supplied from one center where the vehicle comes for the collection. So milk are produced and vehicle comes to collect that milk. The center is my home where I maintain a register of production and supply. Premvati said, income from the supply is distributed among the members according to their production. She said and added that each member earns a net profit of minimum 200,000 per month. So this is the minimum that every person is earning 2,000, but according to their production, every person is getting their contribution. Scarcity of water and hike in fodder rate has reduced our income to a certain extent. We have demanded with the dairy authority to increase the purchase rate of milk, she said. So at a time, water scarcity and hike in fodder rate has reduced their income at a certain extent, right? So they demanded with the dairy authority to increase the purchase of the rate of the milk. Premvati has become an inspiration in the village and at least 24 individuals, mostly men, have begun to rear cows. Now the men are also the part of this revolution. Premvati husband Brahmadev Bharti, a farmer by profession, helps her with the same zeal and that she shows in assisting him in farming. Now the man is assisting to such a great lady, that is Premvati. So this is all about the white revolution. Thank you very much.